So we are officially right around the corner from Zelda Tears of the Kingdom launching on May 12th this month. And of course, we are starting to see Nintendo double down on the marketing promotional material for this game. We had a few different ad spots recently go live on the Nintendo of Japan YouTube channel. And now we have our first official North American ad, which is over a minute long and offers some interesting new looks that we have not seen officially up to this point in time, in addition to some brand new looks altogether. And there is also a major event happening today surrounding Tears of the Kingdom, which you may really want to pay attention to, whether or not you are someone who wants to see all of the new footage for the game as much as possible before it's officially out, or if you're somebody who is trying to limit any potential spoilers or too much information on the game pre-launch. And in today's video, I want to break down and discuss the newest commercial, how the marketing campaign has looked for this game so far, as well as discuss what to watch out for in terms of Tears of the Kingdom news online as we near its release, and previews are officially underway as of today. And we have to get on the same page with all of that information right now. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification if you're as hyped for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom to finally release on May 12th as I am. And we do have to first cover the brand new official ad spot that is over on the Nintendo of America YouTube channel. This dropped in the middle of the day yesterday, and portions of this are tied to the controversial leaked ad spot that Nintendo absolutely went after and handed out strikes for people showing the direct footage. Of course, just a week later, we actually have the exact footage that we can now see, but it's actually quite a bit of new content in addition to what was featured in the 30-second leaked ad, because this one is almost a full minute in length, clocking in right at 58 seconds. And right out of the gate, after you see the shock of somebody playing Tears of the Kingdom, which I wish that was me right now, but that won't be me until May 12th, you see Link diving in very close to the castle. And notably, while the castle is clearly elevated from the ground and you see the malice spewing out of the hole that has opened up where the castle once sat, you also see maybe a lack of height for what many people were expecting. I know I definitely felt like the castle raised higher into the sky than that. And to be fair, we don't know for sure that it doesn't ascend even higher than this at a future point in the game, maybe early on, because notice a lot of these portions of gameplay, with the exception of one, has Link with just 4 hearts, which I'm guessing you may start with 4 hearts, or you find that 4th heart very early on, because that's a lot of the gameplay footage we've seen so far. You also notably have a map tower on the mini map that is very near to where Link has jumped off. It appears as though maybe he's jumped off of this tower and is sailing towards the castle. The next scene shows Link running up a railway but quickly falling off, because that's not actually how you're supposed to do it, and you're going to see how you're supposed to do it in an upcoming portion of the trailer. We then briefly see Link's Ultra Hand ability as he's putting together a hovercraft vehicle that is then shown flying over water just right after, with 2 battery tanks, mind you. And I really do like the subtle touch of how Nintendo has these batteries depleting, kind of like being a gauge on screen of how much energy you have, but without actually being on the HUD itself, and rather just being a visual focal point that you can see. Now you also have up in the top right hand corner what looks to be the return potentially of Korok puzzles. And while it's not confirmed that's what this is, if you remember how to get Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild, that looks exactly like it. Now whether or not these are left behind puzzles that are just there, or whether or not we straight up have maybe like 900 or even 1,000 plus Korok seeds to hunt down in this game, I don't know, but that does make me a little bit nervous, not gonna lie. I really hope that Nintendo does something different this time around than the traditional Korok seeds to expand your inventory, but this does at least seem hint towards a potential return for those puzzles in this particular shot. Now we then get a very brief glimpse at Link failing that rail puzzle once again, because he doesn't have all the carts that he needs so far. And the next shot is one that was very discussed online, because of course it was featured in that leaked ad spot, and that is the confirmation of the Flame Gleeok, not only implying that yes, there will be elemental Gleeoks, likely a water or ice or electric variant, but the fact that this 3-headed dragon is officially named a Gleeok is pretty freaking cool, considering it's a throwback to the original Legend of Zelda from the NES era. And we now have this monster as a open world boss that has a full-on health bar, and notably Link has 17 hearts in this particular shot, which does actually exceed the amount that you could have in a single row on Breath of the Wild, insinuating that potentially, if we're talking about 2 rows of hearts here, you may be able to go up to something like 40 total, where you would assume you could maybe have 20 on each row. Now, how we go about getting those hearts and stamina wheels remains to be seen, but this is an interesting shot and one that shows Link with more health than we've seen him up to this point in time in terms of any gameplay clips. Now, next up, we see Link using the Ascend ability while fighting enemies on screen, kind of just reiterating that you can get yourself through the environments in different ways than what you did in Breath of the Wild. And if you need to run away and get to a different vantage point, it's going to be easier than ever to do in this title. We then quickly see the Construct style beast coming out of the wall like we've seen in trailer number 3. And then we have what I would consider to be a very important part of this trailer, which is the confirmation of underground areas within Tears of the Kingdom. Because if you look at the coordinates that are now on the map, you can see negative numbers, and people who have looked into this online essentially compare it to being as far under the ground in this particular section as the dueling peaks are high in the skies. So Link is underground here, decently low, and then notably he also shoots an arrow to light up the environment around him, which I find to be a very cool hint towards what to expect, with maybe some of the darker theme that we've seen around this game and some of the trailers insinuating that this is at least Majora's Mask / Twilight Princess level dark, and likely even darker than that, both literally and figuratively, as you see Link in a pitch black environment and you have these flower type things on a tree that you can shoot to light up your immediate environment. Now, we then quickly finally see Link correctly traverse that rail that we've seen him falling off of the entire commercial, and it is because he had to use Ultra Hand to fuse a couple different carts together in order to bypass the broken section of the rail. And then we see a few different snippets we have seen from trailer number 3, so nothing really new here, with that great reminder that it is out May 12th, wrapping up the commercial. Now, I really liked what was shown within this commercial, and it is something, once again, that we get little tidbits of new information, but nothing too massive revealed. But this is where we have to kind of switch the conversation and talk about what we could be seeing from this title really starting today at the time that you are seeing this video, because I am filming this the day before previews are officially set to go live for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. At least it is very much looking that way, as we have very credible sources claiming that there is a preview event that has already happened and is actually set to be able to go live in terms of all of the people that were there with their thoughts and opinions on it at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Central Time, or 6 a.m. Pacific Time today, which is Tuesday, April 25th. So depending on how much you want to see from this game, you may kind of need to be aware here, although I would like to stress that likely Nintendo will not be revealing much in these previews. And to first get on the same page with what's been spotted online here, let's quickly read through this detailed post over on the R Gaming Leaks and Rumors Reddit. Tears of the Kingdom previews will come out on Wednesday, April 26th at 3 p.m. CET. A group of Italian journalists and content creators that are all huge fans of Zelda went to Frankfurt, where the headquarters of Nintendo of Europe is. When groups of people go to Frankfurt, it means big stuff, and Francesco Fossetti, probably said that wrong, a well-known Italian journalist, just said on Wednesday at 3 p.m. CET, there will be something big about the most awaited game of May, plus basically all of them said the same, making puns with Tears and Sky. We all know what that is. Now, you also have notable gaming journalist Tom Henderson backing this up, saying that can confirm this. So in terms of what will actually be at this event, it is likely going to be very early gameplay, potentially similar to the area that we saw Numa present to us in the 10-minute gameplay presentation, but that is not guaranteed to be all that they show. We really don't know what Nintendo will let hands-on previews reveal from this title, and that's where you might have to err on the side of caution if you are somebody who really doesn't want to see anything else outside of the official promotion from Nintendo around this game itself. You may want to dodge some of the videos that will be going up today following these previews going live, although I am definitely more in the mindset that it's in line with what Nintendo will reveal about the game officially, since they are the one allowing these previews to hit the internet, and it's also likely very early game stuff that we have already seen snippets of in some way, shape, or form in all of the different various promotional trailers. Though I will be covering and talking about some of these previews and what is uncovered from Tears of the Kingdom Kingdom, but just be aware we are in that timeline now where we are so close to launch that we very well could start to see the game leak out into the wild. We may start to see spoilers get posted up online, and we will start to see more trailers, more snippets, and more hands-on opinions of this game leading into release. And ultimately, most likely a day or two before release, we will start to see the reviews go live and see what kind of Metacritic score we are going to be talking about with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom when it ultimately releases on May 12th. But I want to hear from you guys at this point in the video. Where's your hype levels out for Tears of the Kingdom at this point in time? I know mine personally have been literally on a rocket ship like Link rides up in trailer number 3, because now that we're so close, I legitimately cannot wait to traverse through this game and see what all it has to offer. And Nintendo's done a great job presenting it so far, in my opinion. So please share with me overall what you think of what you've seen so far. What do you want to see from this game the most? I know my big thing is traditional dungeons. How do you feel about the possibility of Korok seeds and those puzzles returning? I hope that that's not the case, but they very well may. Are you a fan of the Korok puzzles and having 900 plus seeds to collect, or do you hope that Nintendo does go with something different this time in terms of a way to expand your inventory like we could in Breath of the Wild? And lastly, let me know whether or not you're going to be keeping up with the Tears of the Kingdom news cycle from here, or if you're somebody who's going to try to maybe dodge a lot of previews and hands-on gameplay impressions and things like that will likely start to go live more and more in the coming weeks. So regardless of your thoughts and feelings on everything we talked about today, I do look forward to hearing from you all in the comments down below before you leave the video, as I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around this topic. Go watch yesterday's video next if you haven't already, which is on screen right now. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.